Beneath the layers of soil, stone, and time, there are discoveries so profound that they do not simply add another chapter to human history, they rewrite the entire book. Archaeologists and researchers across the world have stumbled upon evidence of civilizations far older, far more advanced, and far more mysterious than we ever believed possible. These revelations shake the very foundations of what we thought we knew about humanity's origins. For decades, scholars told us a certain story about human progress. Small nomadic groups became farmers, villages became cities, and cities eventually became empires. But every so often, discoveries emerge that prove human beings were far more capable, organized, and intelligent much earlier than we imagined. Today, we are diving into one of the most shocking revelations ever unearthed, the discovery of an ancient civilization that completely changes our understanding of human history forever. The first clue came not from written records, but from monumental architecture. Structures so massive, precise, and ancient that they should not have been possible for people who supposedly lacked the tools or knowledge to build them. One of the most startling examples is Göbekli Tepe in modern-day Turkey. Dated to around 9600 BCE, this massive site predates Stonehenge by 6,000 years and the Egyptian pyramids by over 7,000 years. Massive T-shaped stone pillars, intricately carved with animals, symbols, and human-like figures, stand arranged in circles, suggesting the site was used for ritual or ceremonial purposes. What is astonishing is that this discovery shatters the belief that complex societies and monumental architecture began only after agriculture. Instead, Göbekli Tepe suggests the opposite, that spirituality, art, and collective organization may have come first, pushing humans to settle, farm, and collaborate. This flips the traditional sequence of civilization on its head, showing that the very roots of human culture are far older than we believed. As excavations continued, other sites began to hint at similar anomalies. In places like South America, researchers uncovered stonework so precise it still puzzles modern engineers. In Peru, the walls of Sacsayhuaman rise with perfectly fitted stones weighing many tons, locked together without mortar. The precision is so exact that even a sheet of paper cannot slide between the blocks. According to mainstream history, such construction should not have been possible without advanced tools, yet there is no evidence of such technology existing at the time. Was this the work of a forgotten civilization with engineering knowledge lost to history? If so, it means that the timeline of technological development is far more complex than the simple narrative we were taught in schools. But perhaps the most shocking revelations came when researchers began studying underwater ruins. Beneath the ocean, in places like the Gulf of Khambhat off the coast of India, sonar scans revealed massive geometric structures buried under layers of sand. Dated by some estimates to around 9,000 years ago, these ruins suggest that entire cities once flourished before being swallowed by the sea. This coincides with the end of the last ice age, when melting glaciers caused dramatic rises in sea levels across the globe. If true, it means that human civilizations were building large-scale cities long before the first Sumerian city-states, reshaping everything we believed about the dawn of urban life. The idea that advanced human societies may have existed and then been erased by natural disasters begins to sound less like myth and more like lost history. This leads us to another fascinating aspect of the discovery, the connections between myths and archaeology. For centuries, ancient myths have told stories of lost civilizations, Atlantis, Lemuria, or sunken kingdoms destroyed by floods and earthquakes. Scholars often dismiss these tales as allegory, symbolic lessons rather than literal history. But with the discovery of submerged cities and sites like Göbekli Tepe, the line between myth and memory becomes blurred. Could it be that these ancient stories were not mere imagination, but fragmented recollections of real events? If so, human beings may have preserved memories of lost civilizations through oral traditions, passing them down through generations until they became mythologized. In this light, every legend becomes a potential clue to a forgotten chapter of human history. Even more intriguing are the artifacts that defy explanation. Throughout the years, archaeologists and explorers have uncovered objects known as out-of-place artifacts. These items, such as tools, carvings, or even mechanical devices, appear in geological layers far older than the civilizations that supposedly created them. One famous example is the Antikythera mechanism, a complex device discovered in a Greek shipwreck that functioned as an ancient astronomical computer. While dated to around 100 BCE, it was centuries ahead of its time, containing gears and precision craftsmanship that rivaled clocks made a millennium later. If such knowledge existed in one place, is it possible that other ancient civilizations had even greater technological abilities that were lost or destroyed? The discovery of this device suggests that our ancestors may have been far more advanced than we give them credit for. At this point, it becomes clear that human history is not a straight line of progress, but a tapestry of rises, collapses, and rebirths. Civilizations may have flourished, achieved incredible feats, and then vanished due to natural disasters, wars, or climate change, leaving only fragments behind. This is why the discovery of an ancient advanced civilization changes everything. It forces us to admit that humanity's story is incomplete. What we know is only the visible tip of an iceberg, while the true scope of our past lies hidden beneath centuries of silence. But there is a deeper and more unsettling implication. If humanity has risen and fallen before, what does that mean for our future? Could our current civilization, with all its technology and power, also be vulnerable to collapse? The evidence from the past suggests that no society is immune. Great empires of antiquity crumbled into dust, and entire cities were swallowed by the sea. The discovery of a forgotten civilization not only challenges our history, it serves as a warning. Human beings are not outside of nature's cycles, and if civilizations have been lost before, it is possible they could be lost again. Engaging with these mysteries also forces us to reconsider what it means to be human. If our ancestors were capable of such astonishing achievements thousands of years earlier than we believed, then the human mind, creativity, and spirit have always carried immense potential. Perhaps the story of humanity is not one of constant progress, but of rediscovery, learning again and again what we are capable of after losing it. This shifts the narrative from one of linear growth to one of resilience, where each generation must unearth not only the physical ruins of the past, but also the lessons that were buried with them. The discovery of this ancient civilization also ignites fierce debates among scholars. Some argue that the evidence points to a forgotten chapter in human history, while others dismiss it as misinterpretation or exaggeration. The academic world is slow to accept radical shifts, and the rewriting of history is never simple. Yet the physical evidence, massive stone monuments, underwater cities, inexplicable artifacts cannot be ignored. Each discovery adds weight to the possibility that our history is not as young or simple as we once thought. What makes this so fascinating is not just the discovery itself, but the questions it raises. Who were these people? What knowledge did they possess that was lost to time? Why did their civilization collapse? And what can we learn from their fate? Each question opens doors to more exploration, more excavation, and more mysteries waiting to be solved. It reminds us that history is not a closed book. It is alive, evolving with every discovery that comes to light. As we uncover more ruins and artifacts, the truth begins to emerge. Humanity's story is not one of a steady climb, but of forgotten heights and catastrophic falls. The discovery of an ancient civilization that changes human history forever is not just about ruins or artifacts. It is about rethinking who we are, where we come from, and what we are capable of becoming. It shows us that the past is not dead, but still speaks to us if we are willing to listen. And perhaps the greatest lesson is this: we are not the first to build, to dream, and to reach for greatness. Others came before us, achieved the impossible, and left behind whispers in stone and memory. Their story is our story, a reminder that the human spirit is timeless, resilient, and filled with mysteries yet to be revealed.